type questions as I talk. You can type and then we'll address them later so you don't forget to ask. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Cool. Can you see me on my screen or just my presentation?
You and your presentation.
Oh, cool. Okay. Awesome. Let's start. So like I said, Facebook Ads 101 for startups. Now, who am I? Cynthia Miasta. Everybody says like, how do you say your last name? So it's not Mayashit, it's Miasta. Okay. So basically, I'm an engineer turned to Facebook Ads geek because about 6 years ago, I opened a hair salon and had to come up with ideas to bring in clients. So I started studying Facebook ads then. I fell in love with it. And then 2 years later, opened my own marketing agency. So I've spent a lot of money on courses. I've done more than 350 ad spend management. So in ads, I own Blue Ripple agency. Sorry, just. I'm a sailor. I'm a personal development nuts, and I'm passionate for startups and helping them grow. I love traveling and wine. So that's me in a nutshell. Now, here's my disclaimer. Thank you, Lisa, for letting me, telling me to put this here. So basically, Facebook ads is not easy, okay? It takes time and effort to learn and make it work for your business. Everything I'll teach here is from my own experience and what worked for me and my business. I cannot fix all your problems, but I'll try. My goal is to help as many female entrepreneurs as possible to have at least the basic skills to start running your own Facebook campaign. So what am I doing it for free if I have an agency? Oh, it's because I have an agency and I have clients that I can do this for this group. I understand many people are trying to adapt, and this is something that can help in this current situation. So am I selling something? What am I going to get out of it? No, I have nothing to sell. So at the end of this webinar, whatever, there is nothing for you to buy. Okay. So, well, I can probably improve my presentation skills. So thank you for giving me that opportunity. And if someone here learned something and is good for your business, then I'll be happy with that. That's it. Okay, so what do you want to get out of today? Just 3 things. I want you to understand the structure of Facebook campaigns, how to create a first campaign prospecting, and how to create a retargeting campaign. As simple as that. So if you want, everyone understands how to go on their business manager and create these things and know what they're doing, that's a win for today. That was supposed to be a rocket, not other things, okay? Okay, so what's happening in Facebook ads? 10 years ago, like not even 10 years, 5 years ago, content king means everything was about content, and Facebook would organically drive traffic to your posts and things like that. Now, forget about it. Even like this graph goes only until June, because June 2016, because now you can't even put on the graph like organic reach doesn't really reach your Facebook pages. Doesn't matter how beautiful your content is. Okay, so I just want to explain, and that's why we need to learn more about paid advertisement. There's a lot of competition. So what are most people doing? And in this group, what I notice as well, people are doing this. Hey, Facebook, run this campaign for me and throw money there. What I mean by that is when you are boosting posts, basically that's what you're doing, okay? If you don't know what you're doing, you're just wasting a lot of money. And one of the reasons why I'm here today is to try to avoid this happening to you. I don't want you to waste your money just thinking you boost the post and people will see, but you're not gonna sell. Yeah, people will see it. But unless you have a lot of money to waste and do this as a branding exercise, then don't do it, okay? That's my tip to you. Okay, so if you're not supposed to do that, what should you be doing? So I divided in 4 areas here. Number 1, you should be testing audience that are related to your niche, to your product. Number 2, if you have data about your clients, like email lists, phone numbers and things like that, you should update customer data into your Facebook Ads Manager in order to create audiences that are similar to that, okay? Number 3, always grow your email list. So if you have a way to capture emails in your website through newsletter, or when they go to the add to cart and all of that, always grow your email list. You cannot rely just on one source, because maybe, you know, Facebook does something tomorrow and changes everything. And what are you gonna do if you only depend on Facebook ads? But if you have your email list, you cover that. All right. Number 4, we're gonna talk about converting cold traffic into warm traffic, and a bit of understanding of what does it mean? What's cold traffic? What's warm traffic? Okay. So if you're boosting posts and you go into your ads manager through your Facebook page, clicking there, you're doing the wrong way. So how should you be doing then? First, you need to create an account on the business manager. It looks something like this. You have to go to business.facebook.com and create your creator account. From there, you're going to add your Facebook page and open an ad account. It's going to be all linked. Also, you're going to create a pixel from there and install that pixel onto your website. Okay. So this is your setup to start running all your campaigns on Facebook. First thing you should do. If you don't have one, create a business manager account one today. Okay, so the 2 levels of Facebook advertising, I would say. One is prospecting and the other one is retargeting. So what's prospecting? Prospecting, it's like you're looking for people that are interested in your product. So you're showing your product to people that have never seen it before. So that's our cold traffic. And you're asking them to be interested in your product, right? You wouldn't go and say, buy my product now. You can, but it's much harder to sell to cold prospecting because they've never seen you before. They've never seen your products, okay? Whereas like retargeting is when you get those people that engage somehow with either your Facebook page or Instagram or your ads in some way by clicking or sending a message or something. Then you retarget these people. They already know your products, so they're way more likely now to buy it because they're seeing it again and they've engaged the first time. So it's almost like, you know, going to the bar and asking someone to marry you without even saying, you know, hello, what's your name? So the prospecting part is that is getting to know someone, and then retargeting, then you ask them to marry you later. Okay. Okay. So how do you test the audiences on Facebook? Yeah, that's the prospecting part. So that's what I was saying. In this case here, I usually go with 8 ad sets, but I'll tell you to structure in at least 5 ad sets. I would use 5 ad sets. What are the ad sets? Ad sets is where, let me just see one thing, sorry. Okay, so inside your campaigns, you have ad sets. Inside your ad sets, you have ad. That's the structure of a Facebook campaign, okay? Inside your ad set is when you have to choose your audiences, your different audiences. So you create each ad set for different audience, and then you test the ads inside the audience, okay? I'll go back up here. So, and what kind of audience do you choose? For example, for a barbecue, I have a client who has a portable barbecue. So one of my audiences is people interested in grill. And these are large audiences in America, for example. So I used grill separate from barbecue, separate from camping. I create an ad set for each one, okay? And then I use a lookalike audience. What's a lookalike audience? Lookalike audience is, it's a similar people to those that have engaged with your website. So one lookalike audience that I like and I use a lot, which is still cold traffic, but closer to what I want, is people that has engaged with my website in the last 180 days. And where we create these audiences is on audience tab, inside your business manager. Okay, so we create, you can create all the audiences there. You go to create audience, and then I have one, for example, here, Miami male, 25 plus, barbecue interest. Yeah. And then I save that, and then I can create a lookalike of that. So you can come to your audiences tab and create as many interests as you want to test, and make sure the size of audience are big enough, okay? So if you're gonna start like in the beginning, you want large audiences to run your cold prospects to see a lot of engagement in your ads. All right. Now, okay. So building this campaign, you go and choose the objective. Now with objective, when you open a new campaign, you click new campaign, you have all of these objectives. For now, just go for conversions, okay? Conversions, you can do conversions either for sales, or if you want to generate a lead from your website, like if you want people to make an inquiry or something like this, use conversions for now. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so we use conversions. Now, I'll just go back here. It might be easier if I explain. It might be easier if I just stop sharing a little bit. Okay, so here I want to, it maybe get a bit confusing. So I want to show you the structure of a campaign. I've got my whiteboard here. So can you see it? Is okay?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay, so you've got your campaign, and then your objective is conversions, okay? So you choose conversions. Then what you're gonna do, the next thing is your ad set. So ad set, here on your ad set, you will choose the interest. So for example, it can be, we're gonna call it set 1. So your interest can be, for example, in my case, I said grills, yeah? If you're selling fashion, it can be fashion. It can be whatever you think your audience is interested in. It also, in this ad set, is where you put all the things like age, yeah? Is the age of the person. You've got location, gender, yeah? And even things like if they're married, single, all types of behavior as well. So in your ad set is where you shape your audience, right? Now, inside your ad set, you have your ad. So this is your ad. So what's in your ad? In your ad is when you have your image or a video, yeah? You have your text, we call it ad copy, yeah? And you have your headline here, headline. For your first campaign, I'd say you choose your first ad set and make 3 ads inside this ad set, yeah? Ad 1, ad 2, and ad 3. Because we are testing what resonates with this audience, you use the same ad copy and headline and change the image. So here in your ad 1, you have image 1, Then you have image 2. And if you have a video, always test the video. It's really good to have videos, okay, of your product. Remember, you're trying to showcase your product here and see if this audience is interested, okay? Do add 3 video if you can. Otherwise, just 3 different images. So you're testing the image here. We'll talk more about testing later, but this is kind of the structure that you need to start with. What you're gonna do next, you have a button here. Once you set this up, you publish, then you go back to your ad set 1 and duplicate, right? So you're gonna have ad set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll say do 5 ad sets, and ad set 2, you choose another large interest. Ad set 3, another large interest. Ad set 4, use a lookalike audience. Yeah, and ad set 5, you can use another lookalike audience as well, because it's still cold traffic. So one could be people similar to the website visitors. Yeah, what visitors? And this one could be people similar to the ones that took an action of add to cart, for example. Okay, so one campaign, 5 ad sets, 3 ads per ad set. Okay, so this is your prospecting. Okay, so that's kind of the structure. I can get this organized and put on a drawing and post it later. So let me go back to my presentation. Since I can't see the writing. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'll post a better drawing later then. Okay. Let me just go back to the presentation here now. And share. Okay, so when I said so campaign, ad set, ads, right. Okay, conversions went through this. Now, what's the key performance indicator? When you launch your ad set, what should you look for? How do you know it's working, what's not working? Basically, these are like basic measures, okay? Is your cost per click should be, if it's less than 1, you're doing well. You're kind of doing well because on average, it all depends about the product as well, but a cost per click less than $1, you're doing well. Now, a cost per 10 seconds video view, less than 30 cents is okay, good. And CTR, which is a click-through rate. So if you're showing, if you have 1,000 impressions and then you've got 1% are taking action on that many people that you're sending, it means 100 people, 10 people took action. That's a 1% click-through rate. So you should aim for more. If you get like a 2.5 CTR, that's really good. It means that your ad is working for their audience. Basically, they're engaging with it. Okay? So these are some KPIs to keep in mind when you're running the campaign and you go like, okay, what do I look for? You know? Right. Let's talk about the second campaign. Second campaign is your retargeting campaign. That's when people have been warmed up by the prospecting campaign, and now you're retargeting them. So here's I've listed some popular retargeting audiences that you can go for. So retarget everyone that has clicked on your website, everyone that has engaged with your Facebook, everyone that has engaged with your Instagram. You can make it all separate, or you can combine these audiences as well. Okay, you retarget people that view your products, and you can retarget video views in different formats. So if people watch more than 25%, you can retarget them. If they watch more than 50%, it means they're your lowest hanging fruits. You can target people that view your video over 95% and the lowest hanging fruit. So they could be more likely to purchase, okay? I've highlighted there's something called retargeting in windows, which I like to do. It's called more like an evergreen campaign. So what that is you can run campaigns with different windows. So people that saw your ad last week, you can send a different ad for them this week, and a different ad to them in 2 weeks' time, a different in 3 weeks' time, and a different one on 4 weeks' time. Now I have a whole lesson on this from one of the courses that I do that I'll post here for you as well. That it's a 1 hour just to get that campaign right. So I won't get into the detail of it, but it's a very cool thing to do if you want to keep running stuff, you know, like evergreen stuff. Okay. So yeah, for retargeting, we can do catalog sales or conversions, but that's for the people that have e-commerce stores mainly, on the catalog sales, of course. Okay, so for example, there's also like the dynamic product ads. Some of you that have a collection of products on your website, you can use this. Is quite a cool tool. So basically, it promotes the products to people that have expressed interest on your website or somewhere. Basically, but you have to connect your product catalog from your Shopify. If you use Shopify, it's quite easy to connect to your Facebook page and run the campaign with your catalog of products. Okay, this works with Facebook artificial intelligence, and it's quite a good tool to use for marketing shops and products. Okay, so some example of retargeting ads. Imagine like the person already seen your product, so you're not explaining the product again. So here, what's working really well at the moment, putting 5 stars. Like if you're putting on your ad, when you develop your ad and you're using people's comments, testimonials on your ad, it works well because people will look at it in a way that other people liked it, you know. So you've already seen it, other people like it, I'll like it too, and it helps increase the sales as well. Okay, so you see 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. All right, so what are some things to keep in mind? In the beginning, your retargeting ads won't fit out well because you need to first fill your retargeting audiences. What does it mean? Your retargeting audiences are being filled through your prospecting audiences. So you have your prospecting campaign, people clicking. Those clicks are going now up to your retargeting campaign. That's why it's a bit slow to build up the retargeting campaign, because first you need to get people through the prospecting phase. Okay, so what you should do, spend in terms of budget for between the 2 different campaigns. Usually 70% of your budget should go to prospecting and 30% on retargeting, but more likely you're gonna get the conversions on your retargeting. It happens that you get on the prospecting as well, but mainly on retargeting at a lower cost, for sure. How much should you spend on per ad set? I would say if you can afford at least $25 per ad set per day. If not, start with 10, you know, but don't go lower than 10 per ad set. If you cannot, if 5 ad sets at $50 a day is too much, go with 2 ad sets then, you know, but less than that, I don't recommend. Cut ad sets, don't go less than 10, because otherwise Facebook can't even show to that audience properly. All right, it's better to test 2 audiences and put more budget there instead of going 5 and put $2 each. Facebook's not going to show it. There's not enough reach to show 3 ads to that audience on that budget. Okay. What else? Expects, yeah. So then you start working to get steady website conversion rate and steady CPA. That's your cost per acquisition. That's what it is. We can talk a lot about reducing cost per acquisition, and that when we started talking about optimization. So right now, I think it's too much, might be too much. Let me see. Okay, have I confused you enough? Any questions? Just before the questions, I want to do a shout out. Like Irene Lees, she liked what I was doing, and she said, "You know what? I think I'm going to offer something that I can do as well." So she offered to give a lesson on pricing, strategy, and the psychology of pricing to everyone. So that's great. Thank you, Irene, for this. If there's enough interest, she's going to put up a lesson for next week for everyone. All right. And if anyone from this group would like to offer something that they know that is related to sales and online marketing, please shout out, and I'll make sure I'll do it here. Another thing that I didn't say is that there's two types of people in this group. I realize some are e-commerce and some are services business. So one, you're trying to generate clients, leads, and the other one is e-commerce. This basic setup is for everyone. But then when we start talking about funnels and landing page and this kind of thing, I can do one just for the people that have services, and then we'll do a lesson just for the people that have e-commerce. I decided to do a lesson every week now to answer all your questions until this whole lockdown thing is over, if it works for everyone. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing. And now to questions. Let's see, if you want to talk, just unmute and talk as well, because yeah, go for it, girls.
Hey, Cynthia, thank you so much for your time and helping us out with this. It's really very kind of you. I was wondering, I had 2 questions that I wrote in the chat. One was when you're talking about the key performance indicators and the budget, are you talking in US dollars or are you talking in Australian dollars?
I'm talking in Australian dollars for now. Yeah, but if you have in US, the figures is better. The more the better, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Facebook charge in Australian dollars or the US dollars.
No, Facebook, when you create your ad account, you choose which currency you want to use. So even if you are here and you want to run Facebook ads for Russia, you can put their currency in that ad account.
Thank you. And the other question I had was, so the key performance that you mentioned are, just to clarify, yes?
Sorry, the key performance indicators?
Australian dollars for the key performance indicators and the budget that you're talking about, yes?
Yes, we'll keep it to Australian dollars for now, yeah.
Thank you. And the other question I had was, when do you test the copy? So you said you change the image or the video in the 3 ads. When do you test the copy and the headline and the other elements of the ad?
Yes, okay, good question. So that's when you start scaling, yeah, or change. So what happens there? You, for example, your ad set is working, and you will see those KPIs. They are different for each ad. One ad is always going to outperform the others. Okay, so say image 1 has 2.5 CTR, and image 2 has 1, and image 3 has 0.5. You know, and this is after 3 days running. You got 1,000 impressions on your ad set. Ad 3, you're cutting. Ad 2, you're cutting. You're keeping. Ad 1. That means your ad 1, that photo was the best. What I like to do, I keep that photo now, and I do 2 variations of the copy. Yeah, and I keep it running to test that audience. Okay, so that picture resonated with that audience. Now, which copy is resonating with that audience?
You test one element at a time.
One element, otherwise you don't know what's working.
Okay, thank you.
Make sense? Okay.
Hi, Cynthia. It's Mika again.
And
I have a question going right back to the beginning, a very basic question. Can I link several Facebook pages to that business account?
yes, you can. And that's why you should be running all your ads from your business manager, because that's a way where you can keep everything in one place if you have more than one business or more than one page to the same, the same business. You can have several ad accounts. Even you can just have one ad account, I don't know, so say if you sell globally, you can have one ad account that you just leave it for America, one ad account for Australia. So that becomes
Awesome.
your ad center for Facebook.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Is it worth it if I show you now, like if I do a live creating a campaign? Is that good? Through the
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. All right, let's do that. Okay, so let's go back here. Share. Okay, so I'll get out of here. Okay, so I'll go into my. Can you see? Did I do the right thing? Can you see a Google?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. Okay. So here you're going to go to business.facebook.com. Okay. It's already going to go into my account because, well, I've got quite a few accounts. So probably the cleaner one is this one here. And then from here, you have to create, it's going to pop up with like, add this, add that. And then you just follow the prompts basically. Okay. And at the end, you're going to have something like this. You're going to have ad accounts and you're going to have the pages. You can always add more pages if you go to your business settings and you start adding pages, and then you can create ad accounts as well. Once you have your ad account, let's go to this one that's clean. Okay, so this is what you're going to see to start your campaign. Here's the campaign level, ad set level, and your ad level, right? You're going to start with your campaign here. You're going to go create. What do you do? So remember conversions, right? So we'll call test code traffic conversion. Okay. Set up ad account. All right. See here, I can say, look, Australian dollar. So you're going to have to go through this. Yeah, time zone, Australia. So you can change your currency. You can even use Bangladesh or whatever, and then go next. Now we are inside the ad set part. Okay. The ad set, I can choose what's my conversion. It's going to go to a website, right? We're going to go to, so here I will have to choose a website that I'm going to go to. So if I get one of my clients, for example, I'll get a website, and I want to point all of my ads to that website, which I'm going to do in the ad. So here is the ad set. I have to create a pixel. This is a brand new ad account, so I haven't created a pixel yet. Why do you need to create a pixel? Because all of those KPIs, they are going to come as information through your pixel. So you need to create a pixel and add to your website URL here. Okay, and then you continue. I won't go into all the tech stuff because you can Google. You can go, how do I add my pixel to my website? And you have tons of information. It's quite simple. Okay, so create a pixel. Make sure you have a pixel on your website, and then everything that you do here is recorded. Like the pixel is recording and send you information. And then here you create your audience. So save audience is when you go to that other part that I told you, and then you create new audiences here. But you can do directly here. Let's create a custom audience, right? I'll say we want Australia. We want people from that. So say I've got products for more mature. We go 35 to 65. I want just one female, right? And I can have more options here. And here I can go, for example, oh, sorry, I'm mixing up, hang on. Honest, oh, what's going on? Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. Where is my thing? Ah, here, sorry. So detail targeting. Yeah, these are the LAL audiences that I said before. Here's when you put the interest on detail targeting. So you say fashion. So Facebook will show me lots of things. So fashion accessories. So now I've got 5.4 million people in this audience. That's a pretty big audience, okay? And I usually don't like to expand, Facebook just chooses more people like that. I don't use that. You can even choose what type of language, but you don't need. So here's where you put the interest, and most people tend to stack audiences here. So they go, all right, fashion, and then they go fashion again, and then go shopping and fashion, and started adding like 100 of these interests. I don't recommend doing that because you don't know what's working, which audiences is working for you. So what I do, I get one subject that has large enough audience for me to run. What I mean large enough, 100,000 plus. Okay, and then we go. You can go automatic placement for now, or depending on your budget, I use only Facebook and Instagram most of the time. And then there are other things that we can do that more advanced. I use Facebook and Instagram, and I want them to be shown on the feed, this feed. So I take all of that out because Facebook's trying to spread the message for you. If you have a limited budget, like you're not funneling your budget in the places where people will see it, will take more action, basically. So feed is what works really well, and stories works really well as well. And I unclick all of these placements just to start. Then there are different ways of using these things. Here is your daily budget. So here is AUD, and now we click continue. So now continue is our ad, yeah? So say our ad image number one, image one. So here is when, I haven't connected my Instagram, but your Instagram will be connected here through your Facebook page. So what you do to start now, you just do single image or video, yeah? And then here you add a media, let's say, add something, add account image, no, this account's clean. So I get whatever, I'll get that, a mem, whatever. So here you add your image. And these images that you add here, you can add lots of images because this will be your assets for all your ads. There's a place called assets in here, and then you can use them in other campaigns when you keep going. So here is your ad copy, yeah. And then you see your ad copies there and your headline. There's barbecue. Yeah. What is a good idea on your cold prospecting ad is to explain a bit about your product. How is it being used? If you have a video, you know, or even if you do a video on Facebook here, here is where we put the URL. So I want all my ads to go to the URL. Yeah. And here's your call to action. There's lots of tests you can do that learn more, get offer, get quote. So if you have 20% off as your headline, you can use the button get offer, for example, right? But you should test that as well. One thing that works quite well is learn more when you're doing cold prospecting, and and when you're doing retargeting, get offer or buy now, apply now, that works better on the other way. And then you confirm, and then yeah, you have to put your credit card and all of that, and then you're done. So that's the process for creating your first ad set and ad and campaign. Then you will go back to your ad set after you create another 2 ads, and you're going to copy. But I can't do it because I haven't finalized it. But it's simple just to copy. Okay. Okay, is that all right? Okay, so I've got a question here from Amanda. How long should you run a campaign for? Yes, okay, so how long should, for as long as you want to make money and get clients. So as long, and it has to be profitable, okay? So inside the campaign, if you're testing all your audience and it's not working, then you close that ad set. You can start a new campaign, but it's something that you're always testing. And when you find the combination between the right ad copy, the right image, the right headline to your ad set, like you don't stop, you scale it. Then you start putting more budget, you duplicate that, and there's also different techniques to start scaling it. Did I answer your question? Okay. So people are saying e-commerce and service separate. Okay, we'll do that. Do I have a recording? Yes, I'm recording this and then I'll post on the group. Yes. I also I'm creating a library. There's a place called Units on the group, and I've uploaded there some, whatever I find that is interesting tools. I've uploaded their document just on templates for Facebook ads. So you can go there. It's from the Digital Marketeers, and it's a really good comprehensive guide on types of Facebook ads that you can use and get some ideas from. And it's there. I'm going to add more to that library. So lots of information that I get around that I find useful, because there's so many things that are not. I'll put there so you have it as like a place to go and get some ideas and some more tools and tips. Okay.
Hi, Cynthia. My name's Marie. I'm not on video, but I was just wondering if you're pre-launch and you're using the ads to drive traffic to your website to create a mailing list or just to do a bit of a test, that's still suitable for this type of thing? To use the ads to do that?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Do you want, in your pre-launch, what's your objective?
Well, it's a little bit of validation, I guess, just to see if people are interested in it. So, like, it's more of a join the mailing list and then we'll notify you of the launch.
Okay. So for you specifically, I would use a lead generation campaign.
Okay.
So your objective is not conversions.
No.
The campaign objective would be the lead generation. It's quite easy to use and pretty cool to get people's interest, you know, but usually
okay.
you need to work on your offer, you know, make a good offer, because you're probably giving something for free, right? And then they'll give you your email address and stuff.
Okay.
You could also do conversion as well, or traffic, lead gen. Yeah, you could try out all of them and test out your offers. But yeah, certainly if you're sending to as long as you have obviously a lead page or something to capture their details other than the lead form, then you can use that alternative as well.
Okay, cool. And it's the same process as what you've just taken us through, just select the different instead of conversion, or try both. Okay, thank you.
So I introduced Lisa before. So Lisa is also a digital marketeer, and she put her hands up to help me help you guys. So, you know, all the messages that you send to us on the group, like don't stop here, keep it rolling. And maybe, I don't know if Lisa is comfortable, she can present next week, or I'll do, but yeah, so Lisa is quite an expert on this area as well, and can help with overall marketing as well, not just Facebook. Thank you, Lisa.
Sorry, I'm so noisy here. You know what it's like at the moment. Normally I'm in my office and I've got 3 kids at home, so I'm like trying to avoid kids all yelling at me, so I can kind of jump in when I can. But yes, happy to help out at any point on anything.
Thank you. Any more questions? Everyone's so confused they can't even think more anymore. Okay, so if we don't have any more questions, is there a chance we'll have access? Yes. Just a quick overview. Karen, what do you mean? Quick overview of what we went through? Oh, okay. So basically, first thing, set up your business manager account. Yeah, so go to business.facebook.com and set up an ad account. Connect your Facebook page to your ad account. Create a ad manager account. That's the first thing you do. Second thing, I'd say set up your Facebook pixel onto your website, because without that, you won't be able to measure your campaigns. Yeah. The third thing is start thinking about what messages you want to send your clients. What do you think each audience? How can you communicate to your clients in terms of your ad copy? At the moment, messaging is very important. So before, people just put like a product there and say buy it now, it's this quality, but now you need to tell a story. So think about what you're going to write on your ad copy. Don't just start doing a mechanical process. So I create a campaign, create an ad set, create an ad, and put whatever. So think about what you're going to write in your ad. Then yeah, create a campaign with the objective of conversions. Inside your campaign, you create your ad set, choose an interest that is relevant to your audience and that has enough people inside that audience. Then inside that ad set, create your first ad with the same ad copy and the same headline and 3 different images. You can do this in one go. You can pick 3 images or video if you have. For those who don't have video, make one. You know, even if it's like you with your product talking about it, just like, people don't need perfection on Facebook, and sometimes that works even better than the ones that, you know, pay a fortune to do. So yep, create 3 ad sets, 3 ads, sorry, inside that ad set. Then go back, duplicate your ad set for 4 times. So now you have 5. Change the audience on the second ad set, change the audience on the third ad set, change the audience on the 4th and 5th. So you want to test 5 different audiences, right? Google a bit about how do I create a lookalike audience, but I'll try to put more information on that lookalike and the retargeting audiences as well. But it's not difficult to find out how to do it. And then start running and keep an eye on your KPIs. So every day you'll be looking at your KPIs, and I like, especially in the beginning, look in the morning and in the evening, you know, and then you make a call. If your CTR is too low, after you reach 1,000 impressions, I kill it. You know, I kill the ad set. That means it's not working. But if it's high and people are clicking, you're getting interest, then keep going. Anything to add, Lisa?
No, sorry, I was running around doing something. But what were you saying then? What were you talking about?
I just summarized everything. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think at the moment what's working really well is content. I kind of throw around words like top of funnel, middle of funnel and bottom of funnel, but it's basically what you've described, where you're doing your awareness at the top and then you're retargeting at the bottom and you're doing some nurturing in the middle. So what's working well is a lot of really valuable content at the top of funnel to some cold audiences at low spend. So exactly what we've just seen with everything in the presentation, but try putting out some content that can be valuable. Whatever you have, as you said, video, images, whatever you have. If you have a guide to something, don't be afraid of kind of just trying to grow your email list and then retarget that email list. But if you've got any kind of health products or products in the home space, they're just absolutely flying at the moment. So if you are seeing issues, please reach out, because they shouldn't be struggling, because we're seeing some amazing results. Not to say you're doing anything wrong, but it's, it is a hard and complex beast. But feel free to reach out. I think it'd be good next week to do, if there is someone that wants to break down their campaign, and we can kind of find any spots that we can help you with, so we can sort of review someone's campaign and how they're running with it, and find any holes and help you fix it. That could be good.
That's a great
strategy for next
idea. We run a case study on one of the campaigns. Yeah, great. Okay, so I think we're good, and we finished 4 minutes earlier. Thank you, everyone. Keep posting your questions. I'm gonna add more stuff there on the library, and with your questions, I'll tailor the next session. Okay, and so ask whatever, and even when you're trialing now this thing, so your homework is to get your campaigns up and running. Post on the group what's happening, and if you're freaking out, you don't understand your KPIs, take a screenshot, post on the group, and I'm gonna have a look. And also I was going to say, a lot of people here are very creative, so if you want to test 2 different messages, why don't you post on the group and say, girls, what do you think is better, this one or this one? And then we can advise you as well. Everyone can advise each other. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna close off now. Thank you very much. It's time for a wine. Have a great week.
Thanks, Cynthia. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.